Hey guys, we are live. So, welcome back to my page. If you are new here, my name is Aline Claire. I am 23. This is my online digital business page, basically, where I earn extra income and I help ordinary people do the exact same. If you don't already know the new series that I have, it is called Purpose Unplugged, season 3. So, today is episode 2, and I'm going to be interviewing someone who is from New Zealand, originally from the Philippines, but now living in New Zealand. She is a devoted nurse, a mum, and now an online business owner. So she will be sharing her story today and hopefully inspiring some of you guys. So if you are interested to learn how you can have an extra stream of income and how you can build it alongside a full time job or even a part time job, or even if you're a mum just like her, then hopefully you can get inspired. So I'm going to quickly add her to the stage and she can introduce herself really quickly. Hello, Bot. Thank you for joining us today. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, Claire. Good evening, everyone. Kia ora from New Zealand. First of all, Claire, thank you for having me here. And so I'll introduce myself. I'm a nurse. I'm a mom of two adult boys. I'm a wife and now a proud digital business owner and mentor. Basically, I run on coffee and adrenaline, just like Claire, and prayer. And today we are talking about purpose, right? So it's the real one. It's like,
Yes.
why am I thinking about my life at the 11 p.m. for Claire to be your work shift? Yeah, so that's the version of us for of me tonight.
Yes. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how did you find this business in the first place?
Well, as I've said, I'm a mom of two boys. So when they were kids, I've always wanted to be during their school events and every family affair. And I'm a wife to an Ilocano who was once skeptical about this business. And I've come across a video ad. Which struck me really straight away, and it hit me hard. Like, as a mom, I need to devote more time to my family, right? So nurses are always, having overtime, night shifts, afternoon shifts. We sometimes, or we rarely find time even for ourselves. So this business had given me so much of that opportunity to be uh, there for everyone who matters most.
Yeah, this business is definitely flexible, like I said, even if we
Mhm.
are still working, right? And a lot of us that are in healthcare have to go through that. Like, we take care of patients, but at the same time,
Yes.
like, we also have to take care of ourselves, right? So, yes, you are now an online business owner, and I know that you've recently just achieved your fourth business milestone. So, we are in the same business milestone.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Congrats to you too.
Thank you, Paul. So let's dive into the questions. Was there a moment when you realized your life needed to change? I know you just started a bit on that, but can you please expand, Paul?
So yes, I've mentioned earlier, it wasn't dramatic. It was really like not a very even a slow motion walking away from the hospital, right? So I'm still working as a full time nurse now. It was gradual, weird because it was really weird feeling of being thankful but slightly itching inside, like, Papa God, I'm grateful, but is there more to this life? Stable, yes, our job stable, we have stability, we have income. I had routine, but I also had exhaustion. And so that quiet thought that kept whispering to me, saying you're meant to build something too, right? Not because I
Yeah.
hated my job. I love nursing, don't get me wrong, I did
Mhm.
not hate my job, but because I realized I didn't want my entire future decided by a roster, a schedule. So it wasn't a
Yeah.
breakdown, I'm sure. It was a wake up call in slow motion. So that's why I've come to love the business at the same time.
Yeah, I can't speak on behalf of people who've worked for over 10 years, because I've only worked for full time for a couple of years. But I can only imagine if you've been working more than 10 plus years, even to 20 years, already you have already a routine and you already know, your job and your responsibilities off by heart and even maybe in your sleep. So I feel like when you're starting something new, it's because you've had enough of your routine and you want something else, and you started this business because you wanted more, and you didn't quit your job to start this business. You're
Yeah,
building your online business alongside of it, right?
true,
And
true.
just to go back earlier, I think you mentioned that your husband was skeptical, right? I just want to ask, how did he eventually believe in this business and believe that it's actually something real?
Well, he saw the results. That's one thing. Yeah, and especially when I was beginning, he didn't even know that I was into the business. So he
Mm,
just knew that I was, taking photos and videos and all. But eventually, I kept talking about the business and how it has enhanced me, not just financially, but I mean,
mm,
time wise, my time for the family, with the family, and the development that I had personally. I mean, personality development wise, it was different. He's seen me grow. Apart from being there for him and for the boys, he's seen me grow emotionally, and the personality development that I just said. I was able to talk and speak in front of the camera, in front of the any video that we make now. He saw the growth, and he saw the growth of the business as well. In terms of the financial side, we were
mm,
able to go home to the Philippines, as I've mentioned, in 2024, when my father got sick. I was able to stay there and spend my time with him, taking care of him. And eventually, when he passed away, all four of us were able to afford going home to the Philippines, and that
mm.
explained it.
Yeah, I think a lot of immigrants that might be watching this or might be watching the replay can definitely relate. We're so like far away from home and it's so expensive to go back. But also,
Yeah.
if you're taking like the whole family with you, that's already
Mm,
like 10K plus to go. So, like with our business, it's not just about the financial blessings, but also, like you said, the self growth that comes with it, building confidence.
mm,
And also the best part is we have a community that we're surrounded with, right? Like I didn't know you before this business, but we met through our Gather and Grow New Zealand team. And then we have our other business partners from all over New Zealand that we were able to meet with, and even in Australia and Coach Gel in the islands. But that is the best part because we're able to be there for each other, and also like maybe our team that we are building can also resonate and have the same values as us, so that definitely builds on like this purpose that we are building, right? So
Yeah, now
what
that you've
does
mentioned that, sorry, Claire, now that you've
that's
mentioned
okay.
that we found a family, right? Friends who
Yes.
became family. Yeah, so within our community, we've built those friendships and built families along the way.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And there's people here from different countries, different languages and ethnicities. Like we're not just Filipinos, but we're different um people from all walks of lives, right? Yeah, so the second question I have for you today is, what does living on purpose mean to you right now? Before you found the business, did you think that living just to work was your purpose?
I think, for me right now, living in purpose equals alignment. So there's that alignment now. Before, I was surviving beautifully. I had income, I had stability, as I've said earlier. But now I'm building intentionally. So there's that intentional purpose for me to go
Mm,
and survive, and build that beautiful future for my family and myself. And I found myself. That was very important for me. I really found me again. And the sacrifice, that was how it was before. Purpose used to feel like sacrifice, but now it feels like strategy. It means like I'm always present there for my boys, for my husband,
mm,
including Roscoe, our fur baby, and not just physically there, but mentally. I earn in a
yeah,
way that builds long-term options.
yeah.
And I'm happy to say that I mentor women and men as well, who
Mm,
message me at any time during the day or even midnight, saying, Ate, is this really possible? So I'm just proud to say that, okay, this is possible. If it was possible for me, it will be very
yeah.
good for you. So that's the purpose. That's the purpose of it's not being busy, it's not about being busy, but it's about building something that makes sense of your life, for our lives. And it's
Mm,
not just to beautify our resume, right? It is to beautify our life and ourselves, our growth.
yeah.
That's what happened to me.
Yeah. And the best part about having like a purpose, like building something, is for yourself, right? It's not you're not just spending it for someone else, and like we're already working for someone else, but we're also building something for ourselves. And like you said, it's for your family as well, because in our business we're able to build it up to the point where we can pass it down to generations on, and it becomes like a legacy. So I always like to use like the analogy compared to like our jobs, right? With our healthcare
Mhm.
jobs, we can't pass that down. We can't just give it to the kids, our kids. I don't have kids, but in the future,
Yes.
we can't just pass that down. But with this online business, we're able to build it up and eventually pass it down when it comes to the time. And if you get to the point where you build up your business so much, there is that fixed monthly income that's just automatic on top
Yeah.
of the commissions and all the things. So it's definitely, and like you said, if it's possible for like us, it's definitely possible for our viewers and anyone who's wanting to go outside of their comfort zone and do something for themselves.
True.
Yeah. So how has starting your own online business helped you align more with your values? I know you've already touched up more on the purpose side, but yes.
Yes, I've mentioned it earlier. OMG, starting this business is like I said earlier, personality development on steroids.
Mm, yeah,
It became a, what do you call this, a giant mirror for me, or of me. It's become a reflection of my inside. It exposed me, my fears, my excuses, my limiting beliefs. That's why we shouldn't have any excuse, right? Because excuses do not pay our bills. So, but this business has also stretched me. I value time freedom, I value growth, and I value ownership. So, I tell you what, employment gave me security, but this business gave me possibility. And here's the
yeah.
funny part, Claire. I thought I was starting a business, but really, the business was rebuilding me. So it's
Mm,
the other way around, right?
mm,
So I started
yeah.
it to rebuild myself.
I think most people don't expect, like they come in here, we come in here to expect, all of the financial growth, but one
Mhm.
of the best things that we get out of it is, like you said, the personal development and the mindset that we get, right? Because we're able to surround ourselves with these positive people who do believe that it's possible, because people in our community have, shown that it is possible. They're the proof. They're literally the evidence that this online proven system that we are plugged into, this global community that we are a part of, is something much more than just a business. And we always just celebrate each other's wins, even if they're small or big, right? Like we said earlier, we are both celebrating the same business milestone recently. And this is because we know that when we celebrate other people, we know that it will be our turn soon as well, right?
Yeah.
So that comes with the support and the mentorship that you guys will get. Whoever is watching this, if you guys want to start your own online business, you guys will get all the guidance, mentorship, and of course the step by step. And me and Tita Jan, we are here to guide you every step of the way. And of course, don't mind the people who might be judging you because they don't pay your bills. I think you
True.
mentioned that
True.
earlier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not to mention that there's a big community there who will always
Mm,
catch our back 24/7, right, Claire?
yeah. And that's how
Mm,
you know we are real people. Like I do these live chat interviews to share and inspire people with, your story and other people's stories, but also to let our audience know that we are real people earning real income here in the online business, and we have real stories. So yeah, what's one belief you had to let go in order to grow into who you are today?
Mentioned earlier again that the limiting beliefs, I've just had that limiting beliefs to let go of when I started the business. And I had to let go of the belief that, we always think that wanting more makes us feel ungrateful. You look like you're ungrateful because you want more.
Mm,
But for the longest time, I felt really guilty for feeling that way. I have a stable job. We are luckier than most of the others, who have even worse scenarios or worse situations. You're already blessed. People will always ask us, why do you still look for more? But, I felt guilty for wanting more. But no, it's always not equivalent to being ungrateful. Here's what I learned: gratitude and ambition can live in the same heart. And you can always say, thank you, Lord, but I'm ready for the next level. I'm
yeah.
I'm ready for whatever's next there for me. I want more for my
Mm,
family, and I also had to let go of thinking that one income stream equals security. In today's world, maybe in 2020 you would think that way, but in
mm,
2026, one income is not security at all. It's just one Wi-Fi signal. You know what I mean? And we all know that that's how unstable that can be. Limiting beliefs, I had to overcome that. At the same time, I had to think, you mentioned before, confidence will make us as well. The business gave us this confidence, but I also realize that confidence doesn't come first. It's the motivation, it's the movement, it's the first step that goes first, and then confidence comes after.
mm. Yeah, I think a lot of people, like I've had people message me saying I'm not confident to be in front of the camera, I'm not confident doing videos and pictures, but the truth is we haven't the ones that are here in the business already, we weren't confident, right? We built the confidence that we had. Like for me personally, I do a lot of these go lives in order to build my confidence. I mean, if you know me in person, I talk a lot, but talking on camera is a different it's a different situation, right? Because you don't know who's watching. You don't know those people silently watching you. And again, that's another limiting belief, being scared of what people might think, right? Especially Filipinos because they're so like chismosa. You know, all the people that are maritesing and,
Yes,
always
true.
talking about other people's
Mm,
businesses, but we
yep.
need to
Yeah.
literally mind our own business, right? We're building a business, we need to mind our own business. And like we said earlier, at the end of the day, these people with their opinions and whatever, they're not going to give you your dreams, or if you're wanting more, or if you're, wanting something more, they're not going to give you that, and they're not going to pay your bills as well. And you
Yes,
mentioned as
exactly.
well that one income isn't enough. So
Mm,
obviously in 2026 everyone is using social media, right? So why
yep.
not use it to build something online, something that's flexible, something that you can do while you're with your family, like you said, or
Yep.
travel with your family, go back home to the Philippines as well. So if someone feels lost or stuck, what's something you wish you knew earlier that you would tell them as an advice?
I wish I knew that feeling stuck doesn't mean failure. I wish I
Mm,
knew that before, because sometimes it just means it's not failing. It's outgrowing yourself, your current version of yourself. Like as I've said earlier, so 2026 different. We evolve with the times, and growth might feel awkward. It's like, wearing a pair of shoes. One size is too small. Technically, it fits, but it hurts. So you don't need to figure it out. You don't need to figure out your entire life in the
mm,
beginning or this year. You just need to take that next brave step.
yeah.
And I've just mentioned earlier, confidence doesn't come first. As Claire had said, that we started also, shy. We were not I'm also the same like you, Claire. I also chat a lot. But you're facing the camera is different. But
Mm,
we've learned along the way, and with this business, I'm really thankful that I had gained that confidence. And say, I've said before, movement does that biggest step, or that does that change, and that
Mm,
change is really good for us, right? And sometimes, that little nudge that you're feeling right now, it's not dissatisfaction, it's not being ungrateful, it is just meaning that expansion is knocking on your door.
mm,
So we evolve as the world evolves and as the times evolve. That's how we are
yeah.
now.
We definitely need to keep up with the technology and everything that's happening, right? Otherwise, we'll get left behind.
Yes,
Like,
true.
we're doing our online shopping and everything using our phones. Like, why not build something for ourselves that can help us have an extra stream of income, but also create something for our future selves and future family, right?
True.
So, yes, thank you so much, Paul, for coming on my page and being a guest and giving us all of your tips, advices, and also inspiring all of our viewers with your story. There was only one viewer that we had that was confident enough to say hello. It was my mom. She said
Hi,
creating
Coach A.
options to say yes more often through this amazing business. So yes, this online business definitely helps us create more options and not limit ourselves, right?
True,
Yes,
true.
so we did have a lot of viewers, but everybody was shy. So whoever is watching this replay, please comment down below to see how global we are in this business. Comment where you're watching from. And yes, if you guys are wanting to learn how to start an online business or have an extra stream of income, please connect with either me or Tita Jan. Her website is right here as well. And yes, thank you, Paul, for joining me today. I hope I
Thank
will be
you.
seeing you on my future lives.
Yay, and we'll see you soon. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you,
Claire.
Paul.
I admire your abilities. I admire you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Bye.
So, yes, thank you so much for watching Purpose Unplugged episode 2. Make sure to keep in touch and keep an eye out on the next episode to see where I'm going to be taking this episode series and who I'm going to be interviewing. But I will see you guys on my next live chat. Bye for now. Have a good night.